use the Java. Now, after that, once we enter under the programming, in programming, we have call. First, it will start from the basic JavaScript. Inside that, we will come to know variables. Then you can say data type, control structure, for loop, if else. So let me format it something like this. These all are the part of control structure. You can move this inside. Okay, so you will have first basic understanding of JavaScript. Inside we'll understand like how we can write variable, what are data types. Then we'll enter little inside. We'll get to know about the control structure, how to write any kind of condition, if else, nested if, switch case. Then inside the control structure only, we have next topic called loop. There you will learn called for loop, do, while loop. We have some listing function also that you have called map. You have for each, but these all are going to work based on, you can say, array. Moving forward, once you cover little part of the looping and all, looping and control structure, then you have to go around what is the function, how it works. So we will be going through the function, you can say anonymous function, factor function that come from the ECMAScript 5 and 6. So this all what you are going to write, this much we are going to spend the time in 1 week completely. 5 days we'll spend the time, and that will be not through any kind of browser. We will write the code and we'll run through the command prompt, or we'll write the code and we'll run through the VS Code. It will not come in the browser directly. It's called a basic JavaScript. Next, after that, once you get some basic programming in JavaScript, then you have to go move forward data binding. Data binding include, you have one side JavaScript, another side you have HTML, CSS, and you have third side you have the content. Now, how you are going to migrate all together, that come under the data binding. Data binding will be the big topic. 50 plus example come inside. Inside data binding, we'll start from the very basic, alert, confirms, type of pop-up window. Then you will go inside, you will find the events, like on what basis HTML communicate with the JavaScript, in which condition HTML communicate with the JavaScript, right? How JavaScript react to the HTML. So those come under the events. So event we have categorized in nearly 4 types. Even more are there on internet, but these all are the important: keyboard events, mouse event. Using keyboard, what user can do; using mouse, what user can do. While filling a form, user what do. While submitting a form, what user do. When user click on, you can say when the page opened by user, how we can do on that. So these all are the type of events categorized in the 3-4 categories. We will be covering that. Next, after that, next step will be when you are going to communicate between HTML and JavaScript, what are the ways you can communicate? So there you have the input tag, you have output tags. Using input tag, how JavaScript communicate. Using output tag, how JavaScript communicate. So those are going to come under this. Even more are there. Next, after understanding the way how HTML can communicate with the JavaScript and JavaScript can communicate with the HTML, then we have to start with the data manipulation. Then you can say in picture array will come. You have bulk data, you have stored the data somewhere. Those data you want to migrate with the HTML, you want to display in the browser. So what is the format of your data? Is it inside the array? Is it inside the JSON? Is it inside the XML? So we'll start from the array part. How to manipulate the array, like reading the data from array single dimensional, writing the data inside the single dimensional, deleting from single dimensional, again reading, writing, deleting, updating from the multi-dimensional. You can say next we have called array of object, how you can assign array inside array. Then again, while implementing this all, you have to integrate with the HTML also, CSS also, JavaScript also, as well as if Bootstrap, Bootstrap also will be integrating. Other people have gone through the training of Bootstrap. So this all we will be combining under the array part. Moving forward, next step will come. In case you don't have any storage and you want to store some data in the browser, how you will store? So there is a topic called web storage. It's a part of HTML5. It will help you to utilize the browser memory and store the data inside the browser memory. So that we can do through the two way. One is called local storage, another one is called session storage. Local storage work in different way. Session storage work in different way. Through example, we are going to understand. Next, after that, since JavaScript is a client-side processing language, it processes the data in user computer in the browser. Then where you are going to bring the data, correct? How you can make a backend where you can understand between front end and back end how to send the data, how to receive the data. For that, we will be installing one live server in individual laptop. That will be called this one, called a JSON server. Through JSON server, we can create the API. Okay, we can create the API, mock API. You cannot say database level API, but it will call it a mock API, where your data will store in file system. You can store the data, you can read the data, you can delete the data, you can update the data. Okay, so that is called the API only, but since it is not communicative in the backend without any authentication, so it's called a mock API. Next step, how JavaScript will communicate with the backend. Then next word will call it a API. API will help. Here you are creating the API, and here you are implementing the API. These two lines should not be there. These two lines should come here under the API part. Okay. What it says, one side you created the server. Now in server you keep some data. Now using JavaScript you want to communicate that. So how it will help you? So you have a topic inside JavaScript called API. API will help you to send the data to the backend, to receive the data from backend in the form of JSON, where you will understand while sending the data from one network to other network, from one location to other location, how to encrypt the data. JSON parsing is the topic. JSON parsing will help you encode the data as well as decode the data. Okay. Next, again, last 2 points is when you are sending the data to your backend, when you are receiving the data from backend, there may be some chances the backend will be slow. There may be backend is delay. There is a lot of queue inside the queue is waiting for the process. Lot of request is waiting for the process. Then the term we will call as a sync and async and await. Import and export. Import export is a different thing that you are going to integrate in JavaScript only. I'll guide you on that how it will be. But async and await says like when you are communicating with the two server, in case one party is slow, how the second party will manage. That will be controlled by this point. Okay. Next, again, while implementing these functions, API function, you have some function that's called a promise function. You will be facing some function that will be called a callback function. After this, again, next topic will start. That's called a Ajax. This is also going to work like the API only. API also helping you to deal with the backend, send the data, receive the data. Ajax will also help you to deal the same thing, send the data and receive the data. But there will be two scenarios. Scenario number one, you want to communicate within server and you want to communicate out of the server. Like one is the Facebook, another one is our website. We want to send some data from our website to the AWS. We want to get some data from AWS to our website. One condition. Another condition, we want to communicate within our server. One file will send the data to other file. Okay. So when the condition come to communicate between two server, this will help you. API point will help you. When the communication will happen between within the server as well as out server, API is available for both the things. But when the matter to come within the server, then this will help you. Call it a Ajax. Out of the server, when you communicate, Ajax will fail. It will say like third party is not allowing me. Okay, that's called as something cross origin. We will be going through that. Multiple example will come. Form validation is another topic that will help you while taking the input from user, how to identify the mistake of user. User should not do something wrong. We are asking the phone number and user is entering the alphanumeric. We are asking the email ID, user has entered anything. So that's called how to identify the mistake of user. Okay, while taking the input. Come on to the validation part. Multiple way we can apply the validation. After finishing that topic, next will come with the class object. Object-oriented programming in JavaScript. Okay, so there we'll go through the class, object, inheritance. After that, you have multiple terms inside. Those we will be implementing. So this entire what main topic I have written here, right? Just rough topic. This all are going to take completely 22 to 24 classes. 20 to 24 classes. Okay, between that. Maybe some batch cover within 20 classes, some batch cover within 22, some batch cover within 23, some batch cover 24, 5 also, based on how fast you are learning and how you are implementing. Okay. Now to implement this and all, we will be creating the 5 folders. One folder will be basic JavaScript. Second will be called data binding. Third will be API. Fourth will be Ajax. And fifth will be class object. Each topics are for 1 week. Basic JavaScript for 1 week. Data binding for next week. API for the 3rd week. Then Ajax is 4th week. And class object is the 5th week. Okay. Okay, so let's come to the next. Everyone have system or how you are? You both have laptop? Okay, so we can go to your system and after that you create a folder clean somewhere in the drive. Okay, give the folder name called JavaScript. See, it's kind of sensible language. Which one? JavaScript. Okay. HTML, you can write 1 line, it will give you output in the browser directly. But while learning JavaScript, right? Many people who know how to write 4-5 lines, they say, I know JavaScript. But once you ask 3 questions from inside, they say, sorry, I don't know JavaScript. Okay. So let's go inside. Okay. Step by step, dependency wise. So first folder will be basic. You will create one folder under the JavaScript, call it a basic. So in this basic folder, I will be guiding you. You might have gone through the C programming, right? C programming. In programming, like for normal, a layman person, how he can start writing the program. Okay, those we are going to learn under the basic folder. Understanding the variable, understanding the type of variable, understanding the, you can say, how to print something, understanding the basic small /n is what, /t is what, where to use the comma, where to use the plus, where to use single quote, where to use double quote. Okay, entire JavaScript syntax will come in. Okay, exact 5 classes. Okay, in that, those output will not come in your browser. That output will come in console under the CMD. Okay, or Visual Studio terminal, we will print the output and we'll see that. Like C programming. Okay, you will have understanding of basic JavaScript. Okay, syntax. Next, after finishing this part, you are already aware of HTML, CSS. So next topic will come data binding. In data binding, the skill you have on HTML and CSS, those skill plus what you will learn under the basic folder, that skill, both we will be combining under this folder. That is called data binding. Data binding. Font size is little small. I'll increase now once I'll come to the editor. So basic will be our first point. First point will be the basic. Data binding will be our second point. Okay, second point will be data binding. In that, you will be integrating multiple type of example, and after that, you will understand all the possibility of communication between HTML to JavaScript with the different type of data. The third folder will help you. The third folder will be called a API part. API part. In this, you will be learning completely industry level examples. Okay, a JavaScript developer, a React developer, I am a front-end developer. I integrate the API, I implement the API, correct? What they do in the industry. Okay, when you will feel like, oh, data is somewhere else and data is, you can say, coming in my PC. Right? So API is going to work like is a bridge between two party. Data is available in some other server and your PC is available with you. Now between your PC and server, there is a huge gap. Now that gap will be filled by point called API. Okay. What data I will call from the server? Same data you can also call in your PC from the server. Okay. That will happen through the point called API. Combination of multiple functions, multiple topics, multiple terms related to the real life scenario. Okay, fourth folder you will create. The fourth folder will be called as a write call Ajax. That is also important. As I have explained you during the file part, when I open the syllabus part, there Ajax is going to help you. If anyone asks, what is the difference between API and Ajax? You can say API will help us to communicate within the server also, as well as out of the server also. Whereas Ajax is best suitable to made to communicate within the server. From one file to other file, we want to send the data through Ajax, we'll see. But again, Ajax term is called asynchronous JavaScript and XML. I'm not going to that point directly. Slowly we'll come there. Okay. Fifth point will be called class object. Class hyphen object. Class hyphen object. Fifth point, class object you can write. Class object. Okay. And one more folder you can create here called JSON server. JSON hyphen server. Or JSON API you can write. API will confuse you better. JSON server only will be better. One side we have called API. This will be our, okay, let it be without any kind of point because it will come just before API, before writing, or maybe while implementing the API, we will use this JSON server. Okay, so how many folders? 6 folder, but folder number 3 and folder number JSON server both are together. Okay, both will be together. Both will be together. Okay, so 5 weeks confirm 5 weeks we will be spending the time, and during these 5 weeks, if you are regular, attending regular classes, doing the assignment given by us, okay, then definitely no problem, you will be very good in the React. But if the JavaScript is confused, you will never be confident in the React. Okay, many people say I'm not very much clear in the React. Problem is not of React, problem is of JavaScript. Okay, the person has started directly React without understanding the, okay, the React is a JavaScript only. React is a JavaScript only. ECMAScript 6. Okay, so under the API, under the class object, Angular is a TypeScript. That is a fully class object. React we can write using two way. Okay, one is based on class, another one is based on function. So based on class become the old method. People not use nowadays. If you will get the existing project, that will be using based on class. If you are going to work on new project, that will not be based on class. That will be based on function. That is called hooks. Okay. And the based on class will be 5 years old project. That is called the functional component. There you need to be aware of class and object. Okay. Oops functionality, how it works. But in functional component, that is called hooks, you need to be aware of complete functions. How that work. Okay. Fat arrow function based on MySQL 5 and 6. Okay, so clear, we have written all the folders. Now, two application you have to install in the system. Number one, VS Code editor, and number two, Node.js. Node.js is required. Then I will ask for JavaScript, why you need Node.js. You can see the first folder, basic JavaScript. You will write the JavaScript code. Your file will not be as HTML. Your file will be .js. All the file you will create using .js. Now, how to run the JavaScript file? To run the JavaScript file, you have to create a HTML and link and then check in the browser. So that will become a difficult process. At the beginning level, you will be confused during the steps itself. Programming will be the another burden. So instead of doing the HTML and JavaScript all together, keep HTML is one side. Okay. First implement only JavaScript. Your file will be .js. When you run it, you will compile the JavaScript using the Node compiler. Using Node.js, we will compile our JavaScript code and it will give the output there. Okay. For that, Node.js installation is required. Okay. So if you have Node.js, then well. If you don't have Node.js, we need to open the internet, and after that, download the Node.js and install it. Then we can go ahead next. VS Code and Node.js. These two things is the requirement. Let's download it next. What is that? VS Code editor. And after that, Node.js. Download and install. Download and install. And after installing the Node.js, after installing both, you need to restart once the system, because VS Code will fit properly. Node.js will not set up their environment variable in all the system automatically. Okay, environment variable, what is that? It will represent to the system where this application is running, in the C drive or D drive or where drive where it is installed. That is called what? Environment variable. So once we restart the system, node related environment variable will set up automatically. Then in your system, any drive, any folder, directly you can call the node. It will work. Okay. In few system, it will set up automatically. In few system, it will not happen. So after installation of both, you restart the system. If you have already installed both, then no problem. We'll wait for some time. Check now. So for you both have Node.js. Node.js is there in the system? No. And then open, no? Connect and download it. You have Node.js? VS Code? You have Node.js? You yours? No. Please open the website and download it. The website is this one, nodejs.org. Nodejs.org. Wi-Fi will not reach here. It's far from here. I'm using the LAN cable. Today you can use your mobile data. The URL I sent in the chat. From here directly you can download. Windows installer will be suitable for all the OS or for all the window. And then if you have something else, maybe if you are using the Mac and all, you can see here, there is for this, and this is for the source code for something else. Try downloading and install it. You can go to the nodejs.org/en/download and click on Windows installer, download it. JavaScript code you should not watch, you have to write it. Okay. When you watch the JavaScript video on internet, you will feel I'm confident. Okay. While watching, you are confident, but are you able to write the code? To be able to write the code, you have to follow me. You must have to write the code. Okay. HTML here there is okay. CSS is copy paste is fine. Okay. But JavaScript is a logical work. You have to write the code. There is no other way. Okay. For online, the people who are joined in the Zoom, please follow the instructions, download it. And if it's already in your system, please let me know in the chat. For how many people it is installed already, they can say yes, installed already. Or if you don't have, please open it, download it, install it, get ready. You will be writing the code along with me. I will write the code step by step for each topic. You will also write the code. I will guide you how to run, where to run, how to save, where to save. Install it. After that, it will restart automatically. The no is not happening. Restart once. Okay. Yes, you need to place here. We'll take some more. Please, can you continue? Windows installer or something else? You say yes, 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 yes. But Windows installer is the first one. Same thing I downloaded more. Same thing is in the process. This dialog has come before. Then cancel. Close. I'll get it. Installation happen at the guide. We'll get something. Yes. The waits are sometimes 10-15 minutes. Other person is free. Now, VS Code you have? VS Code. Download VS Code and so. Visual Studio Code. VS Code. VS Code editor. Just type online, no VS Code editor. VS Code editor download. Just type that. VS Code editor. Once installation is complete, please let me know once. You can reply in the chat, call completed. We will move from there. Next. Okay. Tool and setting download and click on OK. No, next. There will be next button. Just click on that. No need to select anything. Just click on next, and finish. Next, and finish. Okay, next after that, if your installation is ready, anyone going on or you are not trying? It's required to do. Okay, let's go ahead. We can come to that folder. Which folder? Basic folder. Go to the basic folder. Basic folder we have created, no, one basic folder. Now go in your basic folder. Go inside basic folder. After going inside the basic folder, this is the address block on the top that is showing the path completely. You will click here. Click in that address block. Right? Go to the basic folder and then click in that on the top here. You will click here. Okay, click, delete everything and type there CMD and enter. CMD and enter. You will find the CMD will open in which folder directly? Basic folder. It will point to your basic folder. You can see here. Here also it is pointing JavaScript basic and here also pointing JavaScript / basic. Right? Okay. Now let us check the Node.js you have installed. Which version is that, as well as your node command is working or not, node is configured in the system or not after installation. Node space -v. node space minus b. Node space minus b. Node space minus b written. Enter. Node space minus b. After that, enter and see. Is it showing the version of node? Node version. If anyone get the message, node is not recognize internal or external command, that meaning either you have not installed or after installation, your environment variable is not set up. You need to restart the system. Okay. In case if it is showing node is not recognize internal, external, number one, it is not install the node. Number two, install also, but environment variable is not set up. Install and restart. Okay, so for how many people version is showing? If will not reply, then it's loss for you. If people not reply, then what happened? Trainer will go their own speed. You will miss in the way. That only 99% people do in the market. Whoever attend online, the attendees will not say anything. They will just error or no error, writing, not writing, keep quiet. Correct. And a speaker will keep speaking. Session is over. Clean the hand and go home. Correct. Trainer already know. He just spoken and went. You are not written along with him. So don't feel like the classroom. Attend online. On your mic, keep speaking. Whenever you have the problem, you can ask. Running, not running, install, not install, which version, not version. Say yes, no. Okay. So next after this, new people is okay who are first class student. The people who are attending from the last 2 months, let me say the name. Example Akhil Lal, example Raj Sekhar, I guess, Resma, then say yes, no, yeah. If you say yes, no, it is in your favor only, no? Okay. Let's go next. So after that, node version is coming. Your node command is working well. Okay. Next, we need to understand where we can create the file and how we can run the file. Might be one or two example you feel difficult, but this difficulties is going to help you a lot after a few days. Okay. Next node is open. Sorry, CMD is open. CMD is pointing to your which folder? Basic folder. Okay. Now, whichever the editor you are following, whether VS Code, because from tomorrow onwards, I'll force you to use the VS Code. Today, if you are using the Notepad++, is fine. If you are using any editor, is fine. We will create few files under this folder, called as a basic folder. Okay. So I will use now which editor should be clear for you. Let me use the Notepad++. You can also use any editor, whichever you want. Okay. You can see I am creating a file. My file is going to save under this folder, called as a basic folder. Okay. I'll save the file. I'll give the file name called one.js. One single word you write, so you will not do mistake while running it. 1.js. File extension I given call js. 1.js. 1.js. ONE 1.js in which folder? In the basic folder. Yes. VS Code also you are following, no problem. You can create the file in which folder? Basic folder. Or shall I use the VS Code? Hold on. If you are using the VS Code, no problem. I'll go with the VS Code only. Wait. I will also open the VS Code. Okay. 1.js. ONE 1.js. 1.js. ONE 1.js. Okay. Inside the VS Code. Now, inside the VS Code, you have made the folder called basic folder. You have made the folder called basic folder, right? Basic folder we have created. How we can load the basic folder? So let's go here. In the VS Code, you can go to the file menu. Any editor you follow. VS Code is installed. And then follow the VS Code. Okay, go to the file menu. Inside the file menu, there is an option called open folder. Open folder. Click on that. Open folder. Go to your folder where you created the folder in your system that you maybe you remember that. Go to the folder and go to the JavaScript and click on basic folder. After clicking on basic folder, there is an option called select folder. Option called select folder. So what will happen? The basic folder will loaded here in the VS Code as a project. It will get loaded as a project. So select the basic folder and click on select folder. Now you can see the file I have created here. It is showing in the left hand side. Folder project name is basic and inside we have a file called 1.js. 1.js. Under the basic, we have a file called 1.js. Now, normally to run the JavaScript code, you cannot run directly in the JavaScript browser. JS file, you don't have any option to run directly in the JavaScript. Okay. Yes, we can go to the browser and directly we can write the JavaScript code in console, but we cannot run the separate file directly. We require one HTML to run it, to make it. Okay. So instead of creating the HTML file, we left the HTML part separate. We will be coming under the data binding. Now under the basic folder, you have a file 1.js. In 1.js file will write something and that code we will run from here direct. From the CMD is also possible as well as in the, we have here called terminal. From both the places is possible. Okay. So we'll see one by one. Come to your 1.js file. In 1.js file, something you write, one line called console.log. You write your name. Okay, you write your name. Single quote, double quote, both is fine. You can use anything. Console.log. Console is the name of a class, whereas a log is the name of a function. Okay, so you are calling a log function from the console class for what purpose? To print some statement inside the terminal, to print some statement under the console under the CMD. Okay. Now inside this function, in the single quote, we pass the value your name. Since it is a string value, so you kept inside the single quote. Double quote is also fine. If it is a number, we should put without double quote. There is normal fundamental of programming. Right? Save the file. Save the file. Inside the file menu, hope you wrote console.log. Right? Inside the file menu, you can see there is an option called option called here auto save. Go to the file, you have an option called auto save. Auto save will help you to avoid your mistake. You will write the code, you will not save the file, you will run it, how output will come? Output will not come. Now auto save will help you, just you write the code and forget saving part. System will take care. As soon as any changes will happen, in a fraction of second, automatically file will be auto save. Okay, and it will help you a lot. Else many times we struggle, code is written, file was not saved. Okay, we clear the history, did here, there, everything, made with through 2-3 developer also. Someone said your file is not saved. Okay, so that that will be helpful for what purpose? To avoid some point of mistakes. Okay, save it. Save anyhow, save happen. Next, after that, we need to see how we can run this file. 1.js you have written. Now how to run this file? Okay, to run this file, you have CMD or you close the CMD? CMD is there, open. Okay, CMD if you have closed, no problem. Let it hit. Okay, we are in the VS Code. We will utilize the feature of VS Code. Okay, go to the terminal. In terminal, there is a new feature called, there is the link called new terminal. New terminal. You will click on new terminal. Go to the VS Code. Go to the terminal. Select the new terminal. New terminal. In new terminal, in new terminal, I think it will be showing for you as a PowerShell. It's showing as a PowerShell. You can see here, it is showing as a PowerShell only, no? This arrow mark you can see, in few computer, PowerShell will fail to compile. Okay. So what you can do, you can see here, the drop down after plus there is a drop down. Inside there is an option called command prompt. Right? JavaScript, that terminal debugger and all will see a split that those all are one by one we are going to follow. So you can use this one called command prompt. Okay. It is nothing but your CMD only, but it is going to operate by VS Code. Okay. So command prompt. So now what will happen? You will be pointing to the command prompt. Right? Your code is here. Your code is here one line, console.log, and your CMD is here. Right? Now, how to run this JavaScript file? You will write here node space your file name. Node space your file name. What is the file name? One. ONE1. .js also you can write. .js is even optional also. Okay. 1.js also you can write and check once. Enter. Node space 1.js, enter. You will find it will print your name below. Printing. So how to run the file through VS Code? So not through VS Code, through the Node.js. Create a file of JavaScript, write whatever you want, but it should not be HTML code. It should be only JavaScript code. JavaScript code you write there. After that, go to the terminal, new terminal, and from there write node space file name .js. Enter. After that, node will compile your JavaScript code and it will give you the respective output which you have written. Okay. The possibility of error and type of error. Okay. In case if it is showing here module not found, that represent your file is somewhere else and your CMD is pointing somewhere else. Both is not pointing to the same location. File is not able to find, so it says module not found. Okay. So make sure your file should be under the basic folder and the command you are running, you can see here it is pointing to JavaScript/basic, so that both will be one place and compilation will happen if the file is found. Right? Coming down again, you can pull little down it. it has option. You can scroll up down, go here. Okay. Write one more console.log. Okay. Write your city name, where you are from. Correct. Write one more console.log. Correct. Write your phone number. Okay. Save it. Anyhow, file will be auto save. File will be auto save. Save it. After writing this to console.log, go to again. Here, already terminal is open. In case if you have closed it, no problem. Go to the terminal, reopen it. How to run again? Node space file name dot js. Node space, your file name is one dot js is optional. You can write also, you can escape also. Node space one I wrote. You can see Sierra Bangalore number is printing. Node space your file name, your file one enter. Dot js also right. So we clear how to run the file through the Node.js. Now next, you are able to run from this terminal, VS Code terminal. Check once your this CMD is open or not. CMD is open. Yes. If not open, I'll guide you again. Assume my CMD is not open. You may also have closed by mistake. You will go to the basic folder. See, there is a command. You can open CMD anywhere through CD. You can go till basic. But that become how many? Long way, no? Maybe you don't know where is the folder. You are not able to type properly. Many times you have to do the same thing. So better than that, go to the particular folder and click here. If you are using the Windows 11, if you do right click here, you will see the option called terminal in Windows 11. Option is there? Yes. In Windows 11. In Windows 10 may not be there. Huh? Is there Windows 10 also? No problem. Go there then. Open in terminal, just right here. It will open your CMD. CMD open. Windows 10 is there. Terminal is coming in right click. No. In Windows 10 it will not be there. So you can do the right click, open in terminal. Other option, leave everything. Go to the address bar. Delete everything. Type as a CMD and enter. That's all. Yeah, CMD and enter. Okay, VS Code is open. Now look at here. This is our code. This is our code. And this is the CMD. Both is pointing to the same location. Here also we can write the same command. Node space our file name .js and enter. Your code will work from here also. Node space one.js. Working? Okay. Yes, sir. Tomorrow you will come. Okay. Then make sure the timing between what time to what time. From 12:30 to 2 o'clock projected to 3. So between that time only you can change it. Else classes are continuous. Okay. Now We will leave this file. We'll create another file. So you got two way how to run from two places. If comfortable with the terminal is fine. Not comfortable with the terminal, then go to where? CMD and run from there. Okay. So I will not use terminal here because if I use terminal, the code window will become very small. And while reading from home in mobile, it will become compressed. Okay. So I will use here this one. Separate CMD and I'll make it little half, something like this. So whoever is seeing in mobile, for them it will be visible properly. Okay. Okay. So let's go. Next file we will create. Left hand side, we have option file window explorer. We can click on that. And the first option you can see file option. Second option is folder. Third one is called reload. And fourth one is collapse span. So first we'll click on file. It will ask us the file name. We'll write call 2.js. 2.js. No need to go to the file directly. From here only, click on the icon and it will give the file name 2.js and enter. 2.js and enter. Here. You will click here. Option will come, enter file name. Who is ready? Okay. Now we'll go to the 2.js file. Inside the 2.js file, we'll understand the next line what we should learn. In previous example, you saw simply you wrote console.log. Now in this example, we are going to understand two terms, /n what it will help you in JavaScript and /t what it will help you in JavaScript. According to it, we'll keep following. So let's go. Console.log. Okay. Console.log. Print Bangalore / Mumbai, /n. Bangalore space /n. Mumbai space /n. Space Pune. Let it be 3. Right? /n represent the new line. Automatically after Bangalore, /n will help the Mumbai to go to the new line. Right? Again, after Mumbai, Pune will also go to the new line. Now come down, write again similar, console.log, same Bangalore, right? Space /t, space Mumbai, space /t, space Pune, right? /n one place, /t another place. We'll write here in the beginning or maybe in the last. Console.log /space t, /space t. If you write together, then it will give the tab. Okay, /space t is equal to 4 spaces. Equal to 4 spaces. /t is equal to 4 spaces. From the keyboard, you will give a space 4 times. Instead of that, you put /t. Okay, /t represent the tab. One tab is equal to 4 space. /t represent the tab. One /t represent 4 space. From the computer, once you press the tab, what will happen? You will get much space together. that is equal to 4. So through the code, you can use /t. Now, again, how you will run? Your wish, go to the terminal or go to the new terminal. From there, you can write again, node space, your file name, 2.js. You will find, okay, last line, if you feel uncomfortable, you can delete it, no problem. Here is the option called comment. /n will help, // will help you to the comment. // will help you to comment. It's called a single line comment like C++, what we have idea from other programming language. /. So now Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, where it is printing? Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune is in the new line. Correct? First three. Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune is in the new line. After that, Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune in the same line. But there is a 4 spaces. So from here to here, you have total 4 spaces. Between Bangalore to Mumbai, not 4 space, 6 space. 4 space from the tab. And before /n 1 space, after /n 1 space. Total 6 spaces are there. Right? So /n/t is clear. Next, we will do something else. But wanted to know how many people it is running. Okay, let's after this. Next file. Next file will guide us, that is called 3.html, 3.js will guide us to create the variable and assign some value. Create the variable and assign some value, how to do in JavaScript. So we'll go here and we'll write the third example, that is called 3.js. 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 So this is one my problem, like every example will not be mixed together. Every logic will be in the separate file. Okay. When they will get idea on some 5, 10, 15 points together, then one example will be combination of all. But one example related to one topic, one example related to one topic. So it will be separate. You will have huge files. Okay, so 3.js you created, come to the 3.js. Okay, in 3.js, you are going to understand how to create the virtual container in programming language. Container word, what is represent in your mind? That can hold some value, correct? That can hold some value. That is called a container. Physical container, that we can touch it. But virtual container, you cannot touch it. But still it is going to hold the value. Okay. Term is called variable. In programming language, we have a term called variable. That variable is a container where you are going to store some value, right? But again, that value where it will store, right? Today we are creating, we have less time, only 15 to 20 minutes we have time. So today we will be understanding how to create the variable, how to store the value, and how to run it. Okay. Tomorrow we will understand how JavaScript works. When you create a variable, where it will store. When you run the file, how it will communicate. When you pass the value, how it works. Okay. So how the JavaScript work internally. Okay. How variable, if you create a variable without value, what will be the default and where it will be. Okay. When you assign the value, again where it will go, right? And how the value assignment will happen, right? Memory management related plus internal structure of JavaScript. But now first we need to understand how to create variable and how to store the value and how to run it. If that point is clear, then we'll understand I'm creating variable, where it is storing, how it is storing, and how it is running. Okay. So let's see. In JavaScript, variable you can create using 3 ways, but first we'll have idea on first method. After few classes, we'll have idea on the second method. After few classes, we'll get idea on third method, and then we'll compare all three. Okay. In first, what happened? In the second, what happened? And in third, what happened? Okay. That will be the VBI question for interview. People will ask, what is the difference between A, B, and C? A, B, and C is nothing but the type of variable. Okay. They wanted to understand you have a programming skill on. If you have, then you definitely will explain this. If you have no means, you can't explain it. Okay. Come next. So in the 3 file, you will write. In other programming language, C, C++, Java, Python, C++, we have seen Java, Python, I don't know, right? My entire background is from this side only. So in other programming language, we use the int, we use the float, we use the char, we use some different data type. For what purpose? To create the variables. To define the type of variable. The variable, what type of value it will hold. Okay. Like, but in JavaScript says like, if you are limiting the type of variable, a variable can hold only the number, it will not hold a string. Your programming will be tough because this application is going to run on internet. Okay. In a text box, people can enter number also, they can enter alphanumeric also. Okay. When you have experience, no, you log in the Gmail, sometime you will enter mobile number and sometime you will enter the email ID. That is what type of container? A smart container. Sometime it will hold a number and sometime it will hold alphanumeric with a special character, right? So when you enter your email ID, that will also go to the same variable. When I enter my email ID, that I enter my mobile number, then also it will go to the same variable, right? Then only the page is dynamic. Else the page will become static, right? Programming, when you are creating application, if you want your application should be dynamic, without variable and array and function, it is impossible. Your page will be like a static page. For everyone, same output. Okay. It will take the input, but it will not give output. Okay. Because input you are not holding, how can you give the output here? Okay. So now, right, in JavaScript, we have to use the keyword called var. The var keyword is responsible to change the data type of your variable according to given value. For example, if I write A here and assign A I created, now what is the type of this variable? And what is the default value? Correct? Type of variable, as of now, it is not defined at all. Okay, so it will be under the not defined any kind of. As soon as we assign anything here called A equal to 100, the var will be watching on that. And as soon as you assign the 100, the var will say, A, your data type is an integer now. Same time, if I go here and change the A equal to hello, you can give, you cannot give also. Okay, but var and then a space is required. Right now, you can see first line. What is the type of variable? What is the type of A? Normally, we can say integer number, but in the second line, the same A variable become as a string. Right. So while doing the programming, right, the flow wise, point by point, the variable value will change, variable type will change, right? Because of that, the JavaScript people who made that, they made it simple, saying like, okay, reduce the all burden, remove all burden, make variable data type free. Okay, let the user to decide what value he will enter. According to the value, the data type of variable will get changed. Okay, so first line A is saying I am a number, but the second line A is saying sorry, yeah, now I am a string. Why? Because value got changed. According to value, the var is manipulating, saying like your value will keep change according to given. Your data type will get changed according to given. Okay, so let me remove this and write here one more variable b equal to 100.50. Okay, b not b, b equal to 100.5. Okay, see, let's come now. So variable you created, you store some value. So for us, it's visible. Okay, there is a equal to is called assignment operator, and you are assigning as 100. Semicolon is called end of the statement. Okay, b is a variable. B is something where you are assigning something. 100.50 semicolon says end of the statement. But how it's maintained inside the memory, where it will store. When you run the file, how the communication will happen. Right? Come now next. First print it and see. Console.log. Console.log. Okay. Variable you can print directly without any double quote or single quote. Okay. A colon A comma B. Okay. Comma will help you to separate the statement, to concat the statement. A will be concatenating with the two. B, A and B both will get printed. Okay, next. So what will be the output? Output will be 100. After that, 100.5. 5 will come, 100.5 will come. Okay, 50 will come. 100.5 on this. Okay, next after that, we will make this statement little more meaningful. Okay. Console.log. The console.log the values are comma. The values are comma. See, now what happened? We are making this statement little meaningful. Some string and some variable. So a string you kept in double quote, and after that you have variable. So what you added? You given call comma. Using comma, you are going to again, you can say combine. One is a string content, another one is a variable. Variable can hold anything. No? So A again comma B. So now it will become little meaningful sentence saying the values are 100 space 100.5. We should run it and check once. We should run it and check once. Node space 3. See, sometime what will happen in your screen? Sometime in your screen, you will have lot of output, right? And a screen look overload. You have a command for CLS. It will work in the CMD also, as well as it will work in VS Code also. Wherever you have a concept of terminal, everywhere it will work. CLS, clear screen. You can run the CLS, your screen will be clear. Right? CLS, a screen will become clear. After that, you can write again next what you want. CLS, clear screen. Node space 3. Node space 3. So you can see it's saying 100 and 100.50. Next line says the values are 100 space 100.50. Let's go ahead next to the one more line. Console.log console.log e comma b comma addition is comma e plus b. So first it will say 100 space 100.5, then it will say addition is 200.5. Okay, rotate. Let us check again. Right? 100 space 100.50. The addition is 200.5. Addition is 200.5. Check this line and have problem. Comma plus double quote. Working? Let's come down. In JavaScript, here you can see comma you have given, comma, right? Plus we have given for the addition purpose. Instead of comma, you can use plus also here. The a comma b plus operator will work in two way. If all the operands are numeric, it will do the addition. If any one is a string, then it will do the concatenation. Look at here. I'll write below. Console.log the addition is plus a plus b.
सने ये कौन करे या कौन रखे सब
The addition is a plus b. Even in the beginning also you can write a comma b plus or we can apply comma also here. See this line. Plus here, plus here. But here we have given the comma. Comma is going to separate the statement. A separate, B separate. But plus this much. Again plus this much. So is it giving the addition or concatenation? Check once. Plus operator also work like a plus as well as its work like a concatenator. It will concat A plus B one statement, this string become another statement, last A plus B become another statement. You are going to concat with the help of plus operator. Look at what is the output. What is the addition here? Is showing anything? You can give the space here. A space or maybe one hyphen you can write. A space or hyphen you can write. Addition is addition or concatenation output. Look at here. Output will be just concatenation. It will not give the addition because plus operator says before me and after me. Both the side you have given the string. Plus operator says if your all the operands are numeric, then addition I will do. But if any one is a string, then concatenation I will do. So you can see this is also plus, this is also plus. Before plus a string, after plus number. What it will do now? It says like this operands is a string here. Addition is not possible. Let me show you first. Node space 3 dot 3. See, it says last 100 and 100.5. Correct? So you can use here board mass. Put inside this, and after that, first addition will happen. After that, concatenation. So plus will also help us to concatenate to a statement. We are going to use the plus very frequently. Comma will be helpful. Only your file extension is .js and you are running in the terminal. Plus will be helpful to deal with the browser. Difference is there huge. We will be getting to know in some days once we are coming to the point. But now you can concate the statement using comma also as well as using plus also. But make sure if numeric calculation, it must follow the board mass formula. Okay. Here now saying the last 100 and then and the addition is 200.5. Right. So hope it not look like very difficult. It's like just C programming only. But the matter is you must follow the system. Okay. Whoever is writing the code, definitely you will be well confident in few days. But if you are not writing, if you are watching only, will be difficult. Because JavaScript kind of is a silent language. Okay. Error will come, then also you will not come to know there is error. Without error, also will not come to know there is error. Once you go to the point, then you will come to know there is error. Okay. So better write it. Writing only will help you to make a better developer. Okay. For watching person, there is a huge video on internet. Better than me, many people have explained already on internet. Okay. But there what we'll do, we see the this one video. When we watch the video, that time we will be on the track. As soon as we stop watching the video, after some time we'll go out of the track. We can understand, but we cannot write it. Okay, but if you are writing the code, You will understand also, as well as you will write also. You will have a good practice in that. Okay? So hope you will follow from the next day. You need to have a system. You need to have Node.js, and you need to have the VS Code editor, and install one more, either Sublime or Notepad++. Okay. So Notepad++ will help you quickly if you want to do something, or Sublime editor will help you to quickly to do something. VS Code also you are doing. We will be following most of the code in VS Code only. Okay. Without VS Code, JavaScript will not be much meaningful. But see you again tomorrow, same time, 9:30 nearly.